envelopes, and modulation. Now we get some of the most important tools in sound design to add shape, movement, and character of your sound over time. First, right-click in the empty space to open the node palette in the graph editor. Then add the ADSR envelope to the graph. Without an envelope, a note is essentially just on and off, like an organ. The ADSR envelope node shapes how a sound evolves over time, whether it hits hard or soft, whether it sustains while you hold the key, and whether it decays quickly, like a pluck, or lingers like a pad. Before we hear the oscillator alone, we want to pick a specific waveform. Select the multi-oscillator. On multi-oscillator, set waveform to saw. The saw's ramped shape will give us lots of bright harmonics for a more dramatic sound than the simple sine waveform. Select the display node. Right-click the display widget and promote it to a new interface. Press the play button on the timeline node to hear our sound as it is now. You can also see how the spectrum is dominated by rich harmonics. A clean saw wave without an envelope shaping it. Select the ADSR envelope node. Before we get into the envelope shape, connect the timeline's events output to ADSR envelope's events input so we can easily hear the ADSR envelope's effect aligned with keys fed to the oscillator. Then, we want to connect the ADSR envelope's value out to multi-oscillator's amplitude control. ADSR stands for Attack, Decay, Sustain, Release. Not all envelopes contain all of these stages, and you can even create your own custom envelopes with the multi-envelope node. Envelopes are fundamental to how your sound is heard over time. The attack time is how quickly the amplitude rises once the note begins. Let's see what happens when we set a quick attack. On the ADSR envelope, set attack time to 0.01. Decay time sets how quickly the envelope falls from its initial peak down to the sustain level. On ADSR envelope, set decay time to 0.25. Sustain is the level the envelope reaches after attack and decay are finished, and before the release begins. On ADSR envelope, set sustain level to 0. Finally, the release is how quickly the envelope falls after the note or sound ends. It's nice for allowing a sound to last longer after releasing the key. On ADSR envelope, set release time to 0.05. We now have a pluck-like sound. The envelope is short and quick with high energy, with nothing keeping it around after the note is no longer held. Press the play button on the timeline node to start playback. Let's make some more adjustments. This time, on the ADSR envelope, set attack time to 1.5. On the ADSR envelope, set decay time to 0.5. On the ADSR envelope again, set sustain level to 1.0. On ADSR envelope, set release time to 1.2. Now we have a pad-like sound. It swells in, holds, and fades. To hear it, press the play button on the timeline. One envelope, two instrument beginnings. Modulating parameters like amplitude gives you a lot more control over the energy and timing of your sound. Great work! Side note, you can also convert any numerical parameter into an input port and feed it control values with any wire by right-clicking its knob and choosing Expose as Input Port.